coming up in the show this morning.
Yeah, James Alger, president of Delta Trust Investments, will be here to talk about today's investment landscape and what you should know as an investor. We'll visit with James at around 5:45 this morning.
From Arkansas's news and high-definition leader, THV, first in HD. This is today's THV This Morning.
We also have James Alger, president of Delta Trust Investments, here to talk about investment landscape and what you should know as an investor. So we'll find out about that and visit with James around 5:45 this morning. The president of Delta Trust Investments will be with us after the break to tell us what you should know about being an investor.
Well, Thursday saw yet another hard day for Wall Street as the Dow dipped more than 400 points. Days like that only seem to add to the nervousness of already skittish investors. So how can the average person still hope to play the market successfully? We're pleased to have James Alger with Delta Trust Investments joining us this morning to talk about investing in today's market. Good morning, James. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here. Good.
All right. So today's market's definitely causing a panic. So what would you say to individuals out there who are worried about their investments?
Well, first and foremost, don't let fear and emotions control your investment decisions. Try to stay focused and tune out, the daily noise.
Okay, so that's important. Just don't panic and...
Don't panic. If you're thinking about getting out of the market with the idea of reinvesting at lower levels, chances are you're not going to hit the bottom, and the market's going to turn higher very quickly, very suddenly, and you stand to lose some long-term performance out of your portfolio.
Okay, all right. And a little bit earlier, Carter Evans was talking about 401ks, and what's your advice to people on taking care of that and on watching that?
Well, make sure that your portfolio is properly allocated to fit your risk tolerance. It's a great time to be having a conversation with your financial advisor, especially if the market's keeping you up at night.
Okay, yeah, he asked that, and it was kind of had to think a little bit what I was going to do with mine, just kind of learning about all of that right now. And retirement, what would you tell people who are thinking about retirement and how to deal with that?
Well, if you're making regular contributions to your 401k account, remember what you're doing is dollar cost averaging. So you're buying more shares when prices are down, fewer shares when prices are up, and that's a great way to accumulate wealth for the long term.
Okay, and I know I'm 23, and so is retirement something that I should be really looking at now? For people my age, is it important to start working on that?
The sooner you invest, the better.
The sooner the better. All right, I need to get on that then. It's really good advice. So what if you're trying to invest to create an income?
You might consider mutual funds that invest in high-quality dividend-paying stocks, or bond funds that throw off a steady stream of interest income. Or if you're in a high-tax bracket, you might consider tax-free bonds. As a matter of fact, right now, high-quality tax-free bonds are yielding as much, if not more, than comparable U.S. Treasuries. So you might even consider swapping your U.S. Treasuries for high-quality tax-free bonds and save yourself some tax.
Okay, so consider highly tax-rated free bonds and bond funds.
Right.
Okay. And last, we only have about 30 more seconds. So what would you say to people who are nervous about the state of today's market and what's to come?
Well, don't make hasty decisions. Talk to your financial advisor. Today's current environment reminds me of a quote from Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all times. And he said, "When others are greedy, be fearful. And when others are fearful, be greedy." And I think that's great advice.
I love it. Yeah. So you believe that too?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, James. We appreciate having you here today.
It's a pleasure.
Definitely learned something, and I know our viewers did too.
Thank you.